Hey, it's NECKTIE. Welcome to episode 100 of my No GPS series. And in this one, we're taking a John Deere 9560 RT to Tonopah, Nevada. Let's get into it. All right, strap in, folks. This is going to be a run. We are in El Centro, going up here to Tonopah, east of Tonopah. Maybe out in the Tonopah test range, who knows? But we're down here in El Centro. And that reminds me, because I didn't do it in the last episode, since we're taking a load out of El Centro, that is gone. Number 142 off the list, which also means we're done with California and never have to return. So we're going to come out of the ADM and head to the right. Take that first left and we're going to get back on California 111. Take that up to I-10 west. And then we're going to get on I-15 north. And then up here in Barstow, we're going to take California 58 west to US 395 north, all the way up to US 6. And then we're taking that east, and this is going to turn into 695, I guess. We're going to come through Tonopah, past that service station, and at this gas station, or just past it, we're going to get back on US 6. ADM is on the right. According to Sim Dashboard, that's a 36-minute run in real life. So, well, in real time, in real life. Good Lord, it wouldn't be 36 minutes in real life. And the weather is about like it is in real life here in the Kansas City, Missouri area today. Alright, already have odometer reset. Let's pull up the load info. 44,000 pounds. And again, for those wondering, you can probably tell by the securement that this is a SCS Lowboy trailer. Beacons on. That off the screen. Hop in the truck. I should maybe get some fuel here at some point. I think we have, let me see here, let me cycle through here, 605 miles. I don't know how many miles it is to there. Actually, I'll just leave it on that screen. Guess I could turn the wipers on too, huh? And I know I probably don't have to say this, but apologies for no video yesterday. It's just real life shit has been taking over lately, and yes, I know that's a priority. And it wasn't so much the real life shit yesterday that took over and got me sidetracked when I originally sat down to record, but it was the fact that when I got all of that taken care of, which, oh, Ty, you adjusted your brake intensity in the last video you just got done recording, so be mindful of that, which I'll talk about in 1 second here. But yeah, it wasn't so much that, oh, well, at least it stopped raining, that the real life shit was the frustrating part yesterday. Well, it was, but it is what it is. It was the fact that when I sat down to record, I did my intro and everything, and then all of a sudden I start the truck and the game crashes. Like, okay, fine. But then it was something with OBS. Anytime I fired up OBS and hit record, the game would crash. Or the game capture wouldn't even come up on the screen. So I don't know what the hell it was, and I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm tired of fighting with this shit, so doing an episode. Anyway, brake intensity. I just finished recording, which may or may not come out before this one. Either way, if it doesn't, I finished recording my mod load order and settings video, and that's going to be a bonus video. Basically, I'm just going to release it whenever it's finished processing, sort of thing. I'm not going to schedule it. Anyway, as I was going through the settings, remember my brake intensity the past couple episodes, how I said I was barely touching it and I would stop on a dime? Apparently when SCS did their update, the slider goes from 50% to 150. Well, I had it set at 50, which is now apparently 100. So that's why when I was barely touching the brake, the truck was coming to a complete stop. So now I have that back down to 50%, which I need to remember that I need to apply more brake pressure. Alright, so we're on California 111. I need I-10 west. Yeah, and I'm actually doing good today for those that, keep track of my schedule, but it's 10:41 and I'm on my second video of the day. And then I have my mental health appointment at 2, which I don't know if I'm looking forward to or not. I don't know what's going on with me lately, but holy shit, I am not liking myself, honestly. So I need to make a change, or a couple changes, and I don't really know what they are. I know my therapist is probably going to ask if have you been using the PTSD app that the VA has? And I'm going to be like, no, because when I have moments, that's not the first thing I think of, is grabbing my phone and, oh, let me pull up this PTSD app and go through the mindfulness exercises. Yeah, I don't know what it is, honestly. It's just, there's a bunch of shit that just gets under my skin or in my head, and then messes with me. And then it becomes real demotivating, if that makes any sense. I'll give you an example. YouTube, for example, right? And let me caveat by saying I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining my point of view, first and foremost. But with YouTube, there's all the analytics, right? Views, click-through rate, all that crap. And I feel I bust my ass to put these videos out daily. Now, do I need to do it daily? That's debatable. Probably not. I-10 West tie. Well, at least there was a sign there this time. Wrong button. Did not need to hit the cruise switch. Okay. Well, we got our load down. Yeah, so there's the whole, all the analytics, and then other YouTube videos I watch and whatnot, and then it's just, I think, human nature to start to subconsciously or consciously start comparing, right? Especially if your stuff is not doing as good as the other stuff, if that makes sense. And then I start thinking, like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like, why don't my videos get that kind of traction? Because for me personally, I think the videos are better than some that I watch. Now, again, most of them 95% of them have been doing this for way longer than I have. I haven't even been uploading ATS videos for a year. Like I said a couple episodes ago, my YouTube channel started a year ago, but my first actual video upload was October 1st for gameplay. September something for like my channel trailer I did. But also, what I fight with in my head is I'm a perfectionist, I guess you could say, as my wife is watching this and shaking her head. Yes. For example, in the last video, episode 99, in the intro, in the first few minutes, when I was talking, there was like this humming in the audio that I couldn't get rid of in editing, because I don't know how to do that type of shit, right? And if I did try and figure it out, I'd probably screw something else up, so I just left it, but I don't know why that happened. I haven't changed anything. So I don't know if my mic was too close to my keyboard because my keyboard has LED lighting or something like that. I have no idea what the hell it was. But that bugged the shit out of me. And the other thing when it comes to the perfectionist part, okay, I need to pay attention here because I need I-10 West, I-15 North. Okay, I-15 North type. So the other aspect of that is that I can kind of give an example of is like Fortnite. Oh, I should have looked better. Like, I just downloaded Fortnite not too long ago. Now, I come from a first-person shooter background, which I've talked about before, Halo, COD, Gears of War, that sort of thing. And they all play differently, just like Fortnite plays differently. But in my mind, I should be better than I am, right? And I'm doing fairly well. I mean, I'm holding my own. I have I don't know, I think I have 3 victories, which I've never had in Warzone. I-15, 1 mile. We're gonna need north, so I need to slide in here. Okay, that's south, so we stay right here. Yeah, okay, so Fortnite, just downloaded it. I'm playing it. I got the gist of it, you know, learning all the mechanics and whatnot. Holding my own. But I will tell you, like last night, I was getting so frustrated with myself because I was making stupid decisions. Meaning, I was like in the top 5, and then I would die to fall damage because I don't know the map that well, right? So stuff like that that I haven't learned, but in my mind, I'm getting frustrated at myself because I should be better than that, right? Well, I just started playing the game like 2 weeks ago. How the hell are you gonna be that good, right? You're just learning shit. But again, that's my mind. So then, good lord, that's a hell of a hill apparently. But instead of continuing last night, I did recognize that I was getting frustrated at myself. Yeah, I know I should be in that truck lane over there for people yelling at me right now, but I didn't realize that hill was going to be that bad. But I was proud of myself for recognizing that last night, and I just shut the game off. Like, okay, you just need to step away, because at that point too, if I'm trying to get better, right now I'm forcing it, so I'm not really going to be getting better because now all that other crap's in my head. And oh, and just like real life, now this guy's gonna, like, he got shot out of a cannon all of a sudden. So yeah, it's stuff like that. Like, I don't know, and I don't know where I got that from, and there's something in the back of my head which I've been working with my therapist as well. Because right, wrong, or indifferent, we're in a judgmental society, right? Especially with social media. Because every Tom, Dick, and Harry has a damn phone that they can comment and everything, and there's no consequences like there used to be when I grew up, when there was no cell phones, right? Like, if you mouthed off to someone and they didn't appreciate it or what, there's chances are you were getting smacked in the nose or something, right? And I'm not advocating violence or anything, I'm just saying today it's a lot easier just to grab a phone and say whatever you want to say, and there's no consequences to it. So that's the other thing in my head. I'm like, why am I... Because I honestly don't give a shit what somebody thinks of me. But yet, apparently, subconsciously, I do, because it bugs me, right? But at the end of the day, I think I need that 58, don't I? I-15 West. And then I have I-58 West, but I don't think it was I-58. It was California 58 West. Should I pull up the map and check? Road work ahead. What are we at here? Alright, well, that lane's open, but I need to move over here a bit so I don't take out those barrels. Actually, I'll just move over here because that truck traffic is coming over. Yeah, so where the hell was I at in that whole conversation? I got a lot of shit going on in my head. And I don't know why, but then when something gets in my head, it just sits there and festers. And here's the funny part, which I was talking to my wife about last night, I think, is I am typically her boot in the ass, for a lack of a better term. So if she's having a bad day, or Jesus, Ty, keep your freaking range selector up. Again, trying to talk and yeah, so I'm usually her boot in the ass if she's having a bad day or needs motivation doing something, right? But yet when it comes to myself and my inner dialogue, I don't do that same thing. I just beat myself up, basically. It's weird. Maybe some of you can relate to that, I don't know. But lately, and I'm still, and even though it happened like a week ago, it still bugs me that I got so bent out of shape about the dryer hose. And here's the other thing, that when I get bent out of shape like that, I waste so much time and energy. And then I finally get to a point like, hey, dipshit, just calm down, you can fix this, right? And then I do. But I just wasted all of that time and energy for what? So then I beat myself up about that. It's, yeah, my mind is a weird freaking place to be, let me tell you. And Probably part of it is, and for those that don't know, from the VA, I'm rated 70% disabled just off my psych eval for PTSD and adjustment disorder is what they call it. I don't know if why did that say Tonopah, Los Angeles? Okay, Ty, consult your note. I-58 West, you need US 395 North. Was that 395? Okay, one moment. Let me toss the Atlas up here on the steering wheel. Yep, that was 395. So I need to turn around at this rest area. Otherwise, this episode's going to be an hour and a half long. Alright, well, okay, so that's the first one I missed as I'm trying to talk. And now that I see these dividers, I don't think I'm going to be able to turn around at the rest area, but I will still go up here and see. If I can't get access to the southbound side there, or the eastbound side, I'm going to have to spin around. Apologies in advance. I will look one more time though to see if I can fix it without doing that. I could have downshifted as well, but we're almost to the top, so... Okay, so there's no... Oh, we're just gonna plow that one. And that one. Hopefully this rest area services both sides of the highway. That would be fantastic. And it's coming up right here. And it doesn't. Okay, so realism-wise, how do you want me to do this? Do you just want me to drive across that area? It doesn't look like there's a valley, so we probably could get away with it. Or should I just dev console? Either way is not really realistic, although driving across this flat median would be more realistic than having some force pick up your truck and spin you around. Right? So we'll try this. If I get caught on it, then it is what it is. I think we're okay though. Good, no collision. Fantastic. Do a little road grading there with the trailer. Flatten that out a little bit. Alright. So, no harm, no foul. I may run out of fuel as I look at the fuel gauge. Holy crap, that truck was moving. Where the hell did he come from? Alright. And I realize I'm kind of all over the place as I'm talking, but... And that's another thing that creates... Speaking of this, that's another thing that creates anxiety in me, is when I sit down and record, I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about? And then in my mind, if I don't have anything to talk about, now I get more stressed, more amped up, right? And then the motivation factor to record just goes in the toilet, basically. Because I'm like, well, crap, if I can't talk this whole time or keep people engaged, are they going to watch the video? And then it snowballs because I'm like, well, shit, people aren't hardly watching the video anyway, so what the hell does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, and I get somebody sitting there and be like, geez, this guy's a freaking... I totally understand. Was this my exit? Tonopah, LA, yes. So I need the Tonopah when we come up here. Let's play a little music. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Yeah, so the other thing is I tell myself, right, to just... Brakes tie. You adjusted those. Need to apply a little more pressure. So I keep telling myself just to, you know, sit down and record. Like, I think part of my kryptonite, I guess if you want to use that term, in this whole YouTube recording thing is partly why I never started a YouTube channel sooner, is because I'm putting way too much thought into it when I don't necessarily have to. And again, I'll talk about other YouTube videos I watch, and not necessarily just ATS videos, but I can tell they don't just put a lot of thought into it. They just record, right? And they're fine. Why can't I do that? Why won't my brain just let me sit down and record? Why do I have to be concerned with all of this other shit that doesn't really matter? Now, could part of it be in the back of my head that I think that most of the people, or a good majority of the people, watch these videos for me and to hear my thoughts and whatever? I don't, is that a pompous way of thinking? That's kind of a big word. Hopefully I used it correctly in that sentence. But you know what I mean? Is that like a I can't think of the phrase I'm looking for, but self-indulgent, I guess? Is that a way of thinking about it? Like, oh, they're here because they want to know what I have to say. And who knows? Most people could just watch this on mute. Who the hell knows? I have no idea. I do know that some people have it on as background while they're doing something else, which typically is what people do. I mean, hell, when I drove a truck, I had my phone, and I know, as I'm struggling right now, like, God, this guy drove a truck? Yeah, I did. Didn't have this many issues, trust me. Anyway, when I drove a truck, I had one of those magnet mounts on my dash, and I would magnet my phone on my dash. And I have YouTube Premium, and with YouTube Premium, you can actually minimize the video, or, you know, like put your phone to sleep, but the video sound will still play. And that's typically what I did. I didn't even necessarily watch the video, especially like the podcast style ones, because I was driving, right? But I would listen to them. So I get that people do that as well. So I don't know. My mind is just a weird place. I will tell you, though, that in this short amount of time, recording and talking, I don't feel as anxious. So, like, just getting my thoughts out have made me feel a little better and not as stressed. And then I'll probably go and record this, and then I'll be like, what the hell was I talking about? Fun fact, though, I'll let y'all in on a little editing secret for me. 95% of my editing is at the beginning and the ending of the video. Like when I'm talking about the route is where I do all my cuts. If there's something along my route where there's a stoplight that I just got to, I'll speed that up. Other than that, I'll basically just scrub through the whole drive, so I don't even listen to what I'm talking about. Basically, because I don't like hearing myself talk, number one. And that is still kind of weird because the wife will pull up the video every night as we're eating dinner, so it's like I have to sit and listen and watch myself. It's kind of weird, but yeah, so anyway, welcome to my brain, folks. It's all over the place. And this is one question that my therapist does ask me a lot. She's like, Why do you beat yourself up over everything? I don't know. I really don't. So, like, I tell her, like, if I, in a therapy session, if I call myself a dumbass like I do jokingly and whatnot, she doesn't like that at all. Like, at all. She doesn't find it funny like I do. And maybe, I don't know, her being a therapist, maybe she's onto something. Maybe all of that does have an effect on me subconsciously. Brakes, tight brakes, more pressure. There we go. Okay. Maybe didn't need to have that much pressure, and maybe don't need to be in second gear. All right, let's get our poop in a group here, driver. All right, I need to consult. We're on US 395 North, so now I need US 6 East, which, fingers crossed, it does say Tonopah, because this said Tonopah. Oh Lord, Sim Dashboard still says we have 17 minutes, which, yeah, I did have that little issue. What I really need to find is, I've got 162 miles. I don't know how many more I have to get there. Okay, so I do have that on the sim dashboard. It says I have 255 miles. So we are not going to make it. Although driving slower should typically help fuel mileage. Now I know there was a fuel point when we get on the 695. So hopefully we can make it to that. That's the first part of that scenario. The second part of that would be that I actually remember to stop at it. I really can't wait till SCS updates their freaking game engine. This foliage could look so much better. Junction 190. Death Valley. Well, no, I'm good. I don't need to go through there. That shit's warm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's safe to say we're out in the middle of friggin' nowhere. I didn't necessarily want that camera view, but it is kind of cool. That was the one I actually wanted. Like an F-22 Raptor. Little Vizrecki, as we called it in the Intel world. Vizrecki is visual recognition. But the way those tail stabilizers were angled and the shape of the wings Could have been a YF-35 strike fighter too. It would be so cool to see a fuel point. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, there's a rest area. Oh, you... Well, that's what you get, you stupid bitch. You want to pass me and cut me off, and then you're gonna frickin' turn left. Kiss my ass. Now I gotta fix my truck. And yes, somebody's gonna be like, well, you were looking at the rest area. You weren't looking straight ahead. You're absolutely correct. But still, she's a stupid bitch for passing me like that, then having to turn left. Alright, we're gonna need lower gearing. Okay, Ty. And now that you did that, you have to go back down to 4th because you screwed that completely up. And what you wanted to do was split the gear and go to 4 high. See, that works much better, doesn't it? And now you want the range selector up to go to 5 low. I feel like I missed a turn again. Just gonna throw that out there. And I've got 68 miles. Which means I'm going to end up running out of fuel. And I'm going to have to call a tow truck for emergency fuel. And it's probably going to be fairly close to the fuel point. And again, I don't know if I've mentioned this before in videos, but in real life, I would never let my truck get below half a tank. Especially now in the summertime, maybe I'd go down to a quarter, but especially my last 7 years being on a dedicated run, I never got that low. But especially in wintertime, I would never get below a half. And here I am. How many times do I run out of fuel in this game? Oh, and now we have a truck trying to pass trucks. Yeah, what could go wrong there, huh? I'm just gonna pull this up since traffic is moving slow just to... Oh yeah, we're still good. Oh, I got a long ways to go to get to... Yeah, I'm gonna run out of fuel by the time we get there. I'm guessing that's more than 68 miles. Oh, get ready to call a tow truck. Oh, 57 miles. And then we have to have 14 trucks up here, and probably one of them's a double that can't go up these little tiny hills like this, so that's why all these other trucks are passing. So not only was this a long run, now we have to deal with this bullshit of making it even longer. The problem is I'm going to get over here and then there's going to be a car that spawns in. And what I tell you, it's a freaking double that can't go up a tiny little freaking mound. Hey, SCS, in one of your bullshit updates that you do for like a tuning pack or whatever the hell it is, could you fix shit? like the doubles that can't go over these little whoops at speed. And somebody's like, wow, he's hard on SCS. Yes, I am. We deserve better. And we should hold them accountable. But do we? No. Because they'll release a tuning pack and oh my god, everybody goes gaga. Like, oh, we got a W900 tuning pack. This is so awesome. Yeah, and the game still looks like shit. Thank you for giving me $3.99. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Some people are like, why does he play this game? Because it's actually fun, but out of all the games I play, there's so much potential for this game. Whoa, took that way too hot. So much potential for this game. And again, I mentioned before, you have people like Recon Lobster and the ATS expansion, you have the Pro Mods Canada guys, the Reforma guys, all of that stuff, right? I mean, why doesn't SCS just take the time, update their game to 2023 standards, and then worry about map updates and all that crap? You know what? Would make sense. How about we get some emergency fuel, folks? Let's shut the truck off. Let's do that. How about we'll even turn on our flashers because we're broke down. Alright, so let me pop over to my assistance screen. Oh no, I can't do it from there. I have to do it from there. Okay. I need emergency fuel. Yes, $392. Chances are we're going to be late as well. Because I didn't see what time that took. Or how much time that took, I'm sorry, is what I meant to say. And it would help if you turn your head tracking back on when you're trying to look left. Alright, I can get rid of that shit. And it appears I need to reset my head tracking. There we go. Yeah, so chances are we're going to be late on this load as well. But anyway, back to this whole SCS and game thing. I mean, is my thought process wrong? I mean, how old is this game? It still runs on one freaking CPU core of your processor. So it's not even, you're not even using the full potential of your computer, right? Like I have an i9-10900K. Can't remember how many freaking cores it has, but it's got way more than one. But yeah, the game just isn't optimized at all. And here's the other thing: I shouldn't have to run settings like MPI, or even have all of these other graphics mods to make the game look good. You just shouldn't have to do that. But here we are. And that's my only bitch. I say only bitch, but you know what I mean? I mean, I feel like I'm preaching now. Can I get an amen? And I totally get, for some people, this is fine. Okay, great. And I get that this game runs on a shit ton of different systems. Perfect. You could still have that capability built in by updating your game to 2023 standards. I have a feeling like this is... Okay, now, did I call it? Or did I call it? Because look what's right here. We used 6 gallons of fuel because I had 15. So we're just gonna mosey on in here. And oh, wow, fuel prices. Wasn't it $6 somewhere else? Alright, we'll shut that off. I'll just leave my lights on, whatever. $3. Super juice. I could go for a hot dog. That's an expensive ass hot dog, $2.90. Screw that. We're good to go for another 2,058 miles, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I did not mean to turn my head that far, holy crap. I do need to pop out here though, just to make sure that there's no phantom car. I didn't mean to drive over the curb there either. I probably just scratched the hell out of the bottom of my fuel tank, but alright. Okay, well I'm going after this one. If somebody's coming from the left, they're just gonna have to slow down. Just like in real life. I mean, that rig looks good though, doesn't it? Alright. Stop bugging around, Ty. Let's get moving. Because you're already probably going to be late. And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we've also busted our clock as well, because wasn't it like 5:43 when we left ADM? And now it's... I'm thinking I needed that turn. No, I didn't. Okay, thank goodness. And now it's 7:50 at night. So not only did we bust our 10 hours of drive time, but we've also busted our 14-hour clock. So, hey, welcome to Nevada. And apparently it's the raining season because we have more rain. Yeah, I didn't figure this being a night run. Like, what the hell have I been doing? Other than missing one turn, I get it. But it's not like I've just been out here dilly-dallying around. Now, granted that... Okay. Okay. There's 2 things I could have done there. Destroyed my front bumper by hitting those little things. Or I could have turned the steering wheel harder and I would have ended up on the side. So I went for that. And good lord. Because again, it hasn't rained that much. So I totally forgot that the rain affects your grip on the road. So my steering wheel, it didn't input like I thought it was going to, or the truck didn't react like I thought it was going to, is what I was trying to say. There we go. Either way, I was going way too damn fast for that corner. Alright, so I need 695. Is this it? Yes. Hang it right. Perfect. Well, I guess I didn't need to slow down that quick. You know, I don't know if I've heard any phantom brake sounds this episode, and if I haven't, I wonder if it was the brake intensity slider, which doesn't make sense that it would be, but I don't know. Also, if anyone's wondering why my blinkers stay on that long when I turn, because I have the automatic blinker setting in the settings unchecked. Could I have made that sound any more complicated? Anyway, there's a setting in the settings of the game that is automatic blinker shut off. And I have that off because blinkers don't auto cancel in a semi. Not one I've ever driven anyway. I should have made this video 2 freaking videos. I had no idea. Okay, so now we're coming through Tonopah. Tonopah discovered, okay. In Tonopah, past service, next left is US 6. Did I already pass that as I was looking at the thing? We'll find out. I don't think so. There's a hotel. Which doesn't mean anything. I guess I just said that for whatever. Alright, there's the service center. Perfect. Should have probably got the truck work done. So our next left should be US 6. I guess I can turn the wipers off too because it's done raining. That's not a left high. There should be a sign right up here that tells you, okay, junction 6, beautiful. Yeah, as I look up this, I've been recording for 54 minutes at this point. I should have. But again, that just goes to show that the, like the sim dashboard and the Truckee app saying how much real world time it takes at 36 minutes. Yeah, no. Nope. Alright, so now ADM is going to be out here somewhere on the right. Must be foggy because those high beams aren't doing much. Okay, please don't tell me that that was a... I mean, I know ADM was out here a ways, and there's usually signs that say for ADM. But this is one of these where it'd be my luck that it's nighttime and there's no ADM sign, but I did say it was on the right and that was on the left. And apparently we're on another hill. This thing at? Okay, was it really out this far? Yes, it was. The fog is lifted so I can see a little better now. Oh, hey, look at that ADM. Where's your driveway? Right here. Alright, slow her down. And I'm telling you right now, that due to the recording time of this so far, if this has us parking over there by those freaking barrels, I'm pulling straight in and I'm hitting automatic parking. I'm not fighting with that shit. And by looking at this, it appears that that's exactly where it has us. Or I don't know, this is a kind of a little different one. Maybe it has us on the other side of those crates. Which it does. Okay, I'll do that one. Yep, that's over there. All right. See, this one doesn't even have that. This is a little different ADM prefab. That there's apparently a helicopter coming out of. Alright, so let's see how we did there. That's about as good a 45-degree angle as you can get to your spot. Although you can't really see because of those treads, so let's just go... Too close to that box. I think we did it, ladies and gentlemen. need to get her, bend it back around that way a little bit, get back under it. Okay, where did, all right, there's the line. I was like, where the hell did the line go? I mean, we're not completely straight, but yeah, we're over to the driver's side a little more, but hey, we're in there. Let's unload. Oh, I got good work. And I think I got good work was, yeah, damage penalty for probably running off the road. Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, Tonopah, Nevada is gone. 143. And with that, let me do the thing real quick. And I know 05 is not a 10-hour break, so what we're going to do is we're going to do it twice. There was one, and we're going to do it again. So we just did a 34. Everybody following? And then I'm going to check current company job offers. Do we have something going to Eli? No. Okay, so here we are. We got to play this game again. The only problem is there's nothing in Tonopah other than this or that Exxon. So anyway, folks, this video's been going on way longer than I anticipated, so I will figure it out before episode 101. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, episode 100 comes to an end. If you made it this far, I damn sure appreciate you. And until the next one, y'all take care. Bye.